They'll be calling you a radical, Kevin Blanche. This is a big, big story in California, Catalina. Rare oarfish, so rare. Just a little while ago, there's a marine biologist, one of the ones that should be hung. These fake marine biologists that sit in their glass house that do no work are physically sitting there watching the Pacific Ocean die. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history is happening. The emperor has no fucking clothes right in their face. She says, oh, an oarfish washed up in Southern California. Once in a lifetime. 5 days later, another one washes up. Now another one in Canada. Once in a lifetime. Oh, this is a precursor to an earthquake. It's just like when they spilled. Now, hear this. This is very important. Class A, B, C. The IAEA, International Atomic Kill You, base that owns the UN, that runs the world, gave Fukushima, Japan, permission to flush all their tanks, which they've been flushing. As I reported, on April 3rd, 2011, they started flushing because of an email I got, which they've been flushing in the Pacific Ocean the entire time. Camp Buser's bucket fuck thing, early data, 1,000 times above background, 100 days after Fukushima. So they flush here just a little while ago. 2 days later, all the hammerhead dolphins wash up dead. But oh, it's going to, that's the signal of an earthquake. Tail wagging the dog, you're still waiting for the main event. No, the flush. They flushed the most contaminated water in the history of humankind, nuclear fission, right on top of the dolphin. A plus B, 1 plus 1 equals 2. See, Dick, run, Jane. See, Jim. My God, how pathetic are we? Oh, it's a precursor to an earthquake. Let's see. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, rare. They lay on the bottom. I know for a fact this is at least 5. Why? Because I've been down there so much. I've been down there. I'm connected with all. I cannot overstate this. I've been there so much, my YouTube connected with so many people. I'm involved with 4 different photographers. None of them know each other. 2 of them probably the most famous photographers, one of them the most famous surfer photographer in the country. Doesn't want me to use his name, a surfer. He's like, Kevin, I never knew anything about Fukushima. I've been surfing at San Onofre my whole life. He says, I got a growth on my balls. They're just bucky tar balls, that's all. Great balls of fire. Went to see my doctor. My doctor says, you still surfing at San Onofre? Yeah, are you crazy? And then the doctor said to him, do you know anything about Fukushima? What's Fukushima? He says, I think that's what's caused it. So they cut him out. So he contacts me. He says, Kevin, I play your videos. We live in Malibu. We play our videos in your Malibu on the beach, a group of us. So I didn't know a thing about this. Tell this, I've been serving my whole life. Now my wife has the same thing as you, AML leukemia. Recently just got it. He calls me 2 months later. He made some really great photographer for me, sent it to me. He says, now my daughter's got leukemia. The Pepperdine wave. I said, oh no, oh no, oh no. You know, she passed away. I cannot overstate this. How many people I've been connected with have died in California post-Fukushima with these stories. He says, when I'm doing my film and I'm old school, I do it old school, I'm starting to pick up this pinkish background color in the background. Gino in San Luis told me the same thing. San Francisco, there's 4 different ones that have come to me and saying this. They're saying we're starting to see it off the water now. As I've said, I know for a fact they're dumping disbursement. Not just in the water, in the yards. We caught that green flash at the, I mean, it's so ironic that Laura and I caught that green flash standing in front of the green flash. You cannot make it up. I'm standing right in front of the old green flash of PB. So, the oarfish washes up. Oh, it's going to the signal. You're still waiting for the main event happen. The Pacific Ocean is dying in front of your eyes, and I want to say thank you to my beautiful friend Donna Young, who went into the Democratic Convention in California and presented and says, hey, these containers are worthless. They're not going to work. The manufacturer says, you've heard me. What did I say right there? What have I said 1,000 times? Donna was there. She's awesome. I love her. She's the shit. She's wonderful. I mean, she's great. There's some great activists that have, I mean, it's a small group of us that have been battling San Onofre tooth and nail. We're the ones that dig in because the other side has millions of dollars. These advocacy groups that have millions of dollars, Greenpeace, all these foundations, they don't do any of the work. It's a bunch of us grouse rooters worth nothing. That's why I'm going to Vienna to the IAEA. They made the decision to dump the water into the Pacific Ocean that is mass murdering the ocean. They're the people that are making the choices to kill you. Those are the people that are making the choices. So, and I know, I've been in this long enough to know when these oligarchs that are the IAEA, they're some of the richest people in the world, these creeps, I know when they like to go to Vienna, their headquarters. I know it's in June, and for very sad reasons, because they're castles they have in the hills, and that's where they start. I want to go face to face, toe to toe, so they can look me in the eye, and I'm going to look them right in the eyes, every one of them. I'm not afraid of them. I don't care if they're the richest. They are the richest oligarchs in the world, the most evil people on earth. I fear no evil. I'm going to look at them right in the eye. I want to see the people that murdered my father. I want to see the people that murdered our. I want to see the people that tried to murder me. I want to see the people, and I want to record in history who killed the Pacific Ocean. You people, you know, it's just like, oh, this guy says, well, France and tubes. I mean, let's talk about France as they went in all nuclear. Number one, there's no earthquake zones there, and they don't give a damn about their neighbor, and they're liars. Let's talk about this. The French government went in all nuclear. My beautiful activist, who I'm going to go hook up with in Finland, by himself, by the way, one guy in Finland took them down. One guy. You don't think one guy mattered? Oh, he did it. Look up the French-owned government nuclear company. Look them up. 85% of the stock loss, just, they're going bankrupt. France, right now, is probably the poorest country in the EU. France, soon to become, well, they're going to be as poor as the United States soon. The United States is so grotesquely broke. These oligarchs have robbed it. France went in all nuclear. Giant mistake economically. Now, granted, they don't have, France doesn't have earthquakes. But they, look, all a nuclear reactor is a giant boiler. That's all it is. It's a giant boiler that boils water and uses uranium. There's nothing magic about it. And it creates this toxic, grotesque waste there's no answer for. It's sitting on a San Onofre, and Donna says it so perfectly. She's went to the manufacturer of these so-called entombment, which, by the way, that's all Harry Reid stuff. Harry Reid's come up with the dry cast BS that doesn't work. It's just not because, why? And is it Harry Reid's fault? Let's see. He's a politician in Nevada. The political process is hijacked. He born and raised at Yucca Mountain. Yucca Mountain was passed by Congress. Yucca Mountain's the law. You don't like the law? I thought the law was the law. I mean, what law? Just make it up as you go. Casino industry runs the show down there. They don't want it there. Tourism grew up. So that's been his answer against law. They just kick the can. Isn't that what America does? Look at the interest rate. Isn't that what we do? Just kick the can? Kill our neighbors? Piss on everybody else? And I want all you activists and you people that are involved in this group, our small group, just because 99% of your whole grotesque neighbors and nobody else wants to talk about this and give a shit, does that really matter? We're not going to defend ourselves. We're not going to defend our own children. I could give a shit if every single other person in the country didn't give a damn about this. You know, I need my group. I love you guys that have helped me and sponsored me and whatever. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for my grandchildren. I watched them murder my father. I got leukemia. I mean, it was almost like I knew it was there. You know, so the reason I know this, one of the great photographers in Santa Barbara, in fact, the Santa Barbara restaurant says, I will not serve sushi anymore to me. I know it. You know, we've had lots of conversations. I'm down there all the time. I'm connected with all these people because I'm salt of the earth. I do the work. I do the work. I've done the work the whole time. Why fighting for my life? I'm not some prima donna like these art pricks are. I'm not some prima donna like the black and yellow media whores. And I don't get out $200,000 for something that I don't do in academia because the academia rat should all be hung. They've sit there and watched the Pacific Ocean dying right under their nose and done nothing. They have a charter. They have an obligation. The black and yellow media whores. The emperor has no fucking clothes. So I do the work. I physically do the work. So my friend who's got a boat and he's out on Catalina is, you know, Catalina Island is private still. You know, there's some people get in there once in a while. He told me, he said, Kevin, I know for a fact that there's been at least 3 that haven't been reported. Now you think about this, these people that picked up the oarfish, and they stand there holding this. Now I know, because of my Native American upbringing, so many of these people that raised me, I know for a fact, I know it's taboo to go take pictures with dead animals. It is absolutely taboo. You know, I can get into that whole thing with you, and I mean, I've got some amazing stories. I know better. I videotaped animals as they were starving to death. Their mama, you know, when I go down through these cliffs and there she is, you know, but I saw lots of dead animals. Lots of them. I don't take pictures with a dead, I mean, do you know how grotesque that is? Do you know, you think about this, animal died, something killed this animal. Just like the balls, there's a flesh-eating bacteria. Now, this is very important. The dead orcas, they said, look like they've been struck by a boat. Flesh-eating bacteria, which is on the beaches. And we had a conversation today with my great friend activist, Starlight, who's in North London, who's a brilliant activist. He says, what about full disclosure laws, Kevin? I said, California has strong ones. Everybody, all this whole Western United States. Well, isn't it? I mean, we should open this debate. If you know that those balls have been on your beach or this radiation specific, really, should you disclose that when you sell a house? Absolutely. And they says, oh, the insurance company will just save me. The government will come. No, they won't. You're not an oligarch. They already looted this country. France is going bankrupt because they went all in. It's a joke. It's the greatest scam in human history. These people dumped in. The IAEA told them flush. They flushed. And it's widely reported. And then you go for the PR. There's 400 PR, excuse me, at least 200 PR machines. They're all over us, all of them, all the time. These propaganda softball, passive, killing you softly with his words, boiling you like the frog that they are. They attack at all angles. So what if everybody goes for them? I was in the bone marrow transplant fight. I saw it with my own life, my own eyes. People won't fight, and their own loved ones won't allow them to fight. Oh, I fight. You look at that girl that's on the picture with me, the bald head. You want to talk fighter? She had 8 BL. You don't survive. She survived. She's alive. I was so intense in there. Yeah, other people say, hey, Kevin, we can't, you know, we don't like your style. I don't give a fuck if you like my style. I'm trying to stay alive here. Doesn't matter if the fucking fainting goats, the whole herd of fainting goats, the whole herd of fucking sheep are not me. I'm not getting on the boxcar. I'm not taking the fucking shower. I'm fucking not. You tell me, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna use every fucking angle I can. I'm not going on the boxcar, and I'm not taking the fucking shower. I'm gonna fucking dig in, find the truth myself. I'll do the work, and then I'm gonna go right fucking in their face at the IA. I'll be right there with my camera. Hey, do you know me? You know me? You know, you murdered my father. You know, you murdered the Pacific Ocean. You're the greatest criminals in fucking human history, just like I do at San Onofre hearings. Thank you, Donna. And I want to say this. So she stands in front of the California Convention, the state. Thank you, Democrats, for voting against TPP, they have to say. This is how ignorant people are. Really? Dianne Feinstein? You only have 2 senators in California. Dianne Feinstein voted for TPP. Isn't she a Democrat? There were 13 Democrats, 44 Republicans. They're the same rat. They're the same rat. I call them the chicken and the cock. They're the same thing. Chicken and cock, same thing. It's exactly what they are. Chicken shit and cock. Donkey shit and fucking radically insane. Just like Rand Paul does his dog and pony show. And by the way, Snowden, nuclear, tomato. He released more stuff yesterday. He knows what he's doing. TPP, it's the most evil thing in the fucking history of America. It's gutted what little teeny bit that NAFTA didn't do. Walmart, Clinton, these are abused children. You know, so stand tuned. This oarfish, this is once in a lifetime. I know for a fact there's at least 5. There's not very many of them. They live on the bottom of the ocean. It is a big, big deal. The ocean's fucking dying. You know, orca's dead. Sperm whales fucking... You know how rare it is for a sperm whale to wash up on the coast of California? So, I mean, I think there's been 17 and 40 years. We know how many whales now washed up? I could smell death. I was there. I walked every square. I do the wall. I've been on every single pier from... Or, excuse me, every square inch from San Diego to San Francisco. Why in critical condition? Why fighting for my life? Nobody's going to support me. That's all right. I don't care. I mean, I have a few great people here that fucking are our group. You know, thank you. I love all of you, and I'm going to do the work. And it doesn't matter if there's, you know, 30 of us or 30,000. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to do the fucking work. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. The IAEA, who flushed. You're still waiting for the main event. Main event happened. It's called Fukushima, 3/11. It's killing the Pacific Ocean. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. The emperor has no fucking clothes. It's fucking dying right in front of your eyes, and nobody can see. It's almost, I mean, it's mind-boggling. I mean, how can anybody wrap their mind around it? They're sitting watching it, waiting for it to happen. But, you know, we've seen it in the past. You know, the economy's going to go to shit. Why it goes to shit, all of it. Everything's retro. You're still waiting for the main event when it happened. Fukushima is killing the Pacific, the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history, and my work will stand the test of time. It'll take time. But as I said in the early days right as Fukushima happened, I says, oh, you watch 4 or 5 years, because everybody's saying, oh, you're crazy. This ain't no meltdown. Everybody, Keldicott, freaking Busby, freaking Gunderson, everybody, people attacking me while I'm critical condition, 4 hours a day to try to police my site, coming at me, because no one even believed it was a thing. I woke up the anonymous. I mean, you can hear them catcall in the audience when I'm saying, Fukushima, you're going to talk about aliens and that? Because that's what they really thought. So that's what I had to deal with. And I said, 4 or 5 years, everything that I said stood on an island by myself, went out on a freak and walked the plank. 4 or 5 years, it'll be contemporary knowledge and I'll get no credit. Same right now. The greatest ecological catastrophe, the death of the Pacific Ocean, I'm saying it right fucking now. Down the road, they'll look back and say, oh yeah, the greatest, and the marine biologists stood by and let it happen. They should be hung. They should be all put in prison at least. You know, they should be rounded up. The academia marine biologists, federally funded, Cal Berkeley, San Diego State, Oregon State, University of Oregon, why all of them, across the whole country, they all should be put in jail. They all should be hung in my book, and this is my book. And by the way, the Emperor has no fuck. See you in Vienna, I land the 11th. I'll be there every day in front, and I know I've been doing this long enough. You know, just like you know how I roll, Donna, all of you, you know how I roll. At San Onofre for 40 years I've been rolling like that. They fear me because I don't fear them, and they know I know, and they know I'm onto them. They know it's the greatest scam in human history, and they know they're evil, rotten, scamming, weasel, dick pieces of shit. And I'm here to tell you, get that waste off that cliff. Move it to Yucca Mountain, blah, blah, and then maybe shoot it into space, come up with something, but get it off that earthquake fucking cliff. Diablo Canyon, San Onofre, and entombment is not the answer. It's not the answer. You think you can go another 50 years without a megaquake? We haven't had a megaquake in California in 100 years, when the average is, what, 30? We get a quake like the early 1900s, or what was it, 1873. We get one of those, it's over. You're evacuating for time. The greatest ecology in all of fucking history. Why not? They did it to everything else there, didn't they? I mean, the passive-aggressive rats of California, look what they did to the sequoias. Look what they did to the redwoods. Look what they did to the natives. Look what they did to the bears. Look what they did to all of it. Look what they did with the ancient warriors of San Diego. Look what they've done to all of it. I mean, they've wrecked the greatest ecology, the most grandest ecology on earth, the fastest of any people, and they do it in hairspray. Oh, they call them, I mean, and then they'll tell you they're friends of the earth. They'll tell you they're Greenpeace. They'll tell you as they're extorting, they're fucking hypocrites. They're worse than Oregon. That's hard to fucking do. Stay in tune it.